Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Imagine two stores with the same name, 7-Eleven, but they feel very different. Our story starts by looking at these two places. First, let's go to Tokyo, Japan. It is very early in the morning, almost 4 a.m. Bright lights shine from a 7-Eleven store in a busy area. Many people go in and out, like business workers, students, and people who work at night. Inside, the store is clean and works very well. You can see many neat rows of fresh rice balls and nice lunch boxes. There is also hot chicken ready to eat. A man in a suit buys a fresh salmon lunch and a coffee. He uses his phone to pay easily. The worker bows to him. The food looks good. This store is more than just a place to buy things. It is like a small cafe, a bank, and a place to pay bills. Now let's travel very far, about 7,000 miles away, to Nebraska in the United States. Here, another 7-Eleven sign glows in the dark next to a big road. It is a light for truck drivers and people traveling late at night. Inside this store, the lights are also bright, but the feeling is different. It is more basic. Hot dogs turn slowly under warm lights. They might have been there for many hours. A truck driver fills a very big cup, a 64-ounce double gulp with a soft drink. It is hard for him to hold the big cup. A tired worker helps him. This person is probably working a very long shift. A hot dog costs about $2.39, and the big drink costs about $2.29. For someone driving all night, this bright store is a place to survive, not just to eat. So how can one company, with the same well-known logo, have two stores that are so unalike? One store feels modern and offers high-quality food. The other offers very large drinks and simple warm food, showing a different kind of American road culture. The main question of this story is to understand how one brand can have two very different identities in different parts of the world. The answer will tell us much about business, cultures, and what convenience truly costs today. The first store. The story of 7-Eleven began in Dallas, Texas in 1927. At that time, many homes did not have electric refrigerators. People bought large blocks of ice from companies to keep their food cold. One such place was the Southland Ice Company. A worker there named John Jefferson Green, but often called Uncle Johnny Green, noticed something. Customers came to buy ice, but they also needed other basic things. They would ask if they could buy milk, bread, and eggs. This gave Uncle Johnny an idea. With permission from his boss, Joe C. Thompson Sr., Green started selling these items. He sold them right from the ice house where people picked up their ice. This was very helpful for customers. They could buy food when regular grocery stores were closed, especially on Sundays or late in the evening. This simple idea made shopping much easier. This new way of selling things quickly became popular. By 1928, more ice house locations started doing the same. The company needed a new name. A manager used a tall, carved wooden pole called a totem pole to get attention for her store. People liked the idea, and the stores were soon named totem stores. This name was a playful way to say customers were toting or carrying their purchases home. The company faced hard times during the Great Depression, but it survived, and in 1946 it changed its name again. To show its new, longer hours, the stores became 7-Eleven. This meant they were open from 7 in the morning until 11 at night, every day of the week. These hours were very new and special for stores back then. Most shops closed much earlier. As more people bought cars and moved to the suburbs after the war, they needed quick and easy places to shop. 7-Eleven stores were perfect for this. They offered convenience that other stores did not. Then, in 1963, something even more special happened. Some 7-Eleven stores started staying open all day and all night. The first 24-hour store opened in Austin, Texas. Soon, other cities like Fort Worth, Dallas, and Las Vegas had 24-hour 7-Eleven stores too. This was a completely new idea for shopping. What Uncle Johnny Green started had grown into a modern convenience store, always open to serve its customers. 3. Famous drinks. The Slurpee drink was created almost by accident. In the late 1950s, a store owner named Omar Knedlik had a problem. His soda machine broke down. To keep his bottled sodas cold, he put them in his freezer. Customers loved how slushy and half-frozen the drinks became. This gave Knedlik an idea. He built a special machine using parts from a car's air conditioning system to make more of these frozen drinks. He called his invention the Icy. In 1965, 7-Eleven bought the right to use Knedlik's technology. But they wanted a new, unique name for their version. Bob Stanford, an advertising manager for 7-Eleven, came up with Slurpee. The name was inspired by the noise people made when drinking the icy liquid through a straw. When Slurpees first appeared in 1966, offered in Coca-Cola and cherry flavors, they were an instant hit, especially with young people. The advertising for the Slurpee was very creative and new for its time. Radio commercials featured funny voices and sound effects. These ads told humorous stories about the strange things that happened to people who slurp. Local radio DJs even used parts of these funny ads in their own shows, which made the Slurpee even more popular. There were also collectible pins with unusual flavor names, like Sticky Icky and Red Eye. For teenagers in the 1960s and early 1970s, 7-Eleven became a cool place to meet friends. The Slurpee felt uniquely American. It was fun, refreshing, cheap, and a bit rebellious. About 10 years later, 7-Eleven introduced another product that would become just as famous. In 1976, Dennis Potts, a manager for 7-Eleven in Southern California, was shown a new, very large cup for fountain drinks, a 32-ounce size. At that time, most sodas were much smaller, so Potts thought the cup was too damn big. However, he agreed to try it.
He sent a case of 500 cups to one store, and they all sold out in less than a week. This huge success led 7-Eleven to ask its ad agency to create a name for this super-sized drink. They came up with Big Gulp. The tagline was, "7-Eleven's Big Gulp gives you another kind of freedom, freedom of choice." The Big Gulp quickly became a strong symbol of American culture. The idea that bigger is better was popular, and the Big Gulp fit perfectly. By 1979, all 7-Eleven stores had fountain drink machines to keep up with the demand. Even larger sizes were made later, such as the 64-ounce Double Gulp. These big cups were so common that car manufacturers even had to change the size of their cup holders to fit them. The Big Gulp showed American consumer culture and the freedom to choose very large portions. It became a well-known part of the country's identity. 4. A hard job. The journey of 7-Eleven sounds exciting, but for the people who own the stores, it can be very tough. These store owners are called franchisees. They work hard to keep the stores open all the time. 7-Eleven uses a special way of working with its store owners. The main company usually owns the store building and the land it sits on. The franchisee then gets to run the store using the 7-Eleven name and products. This is different from buying a business completely. This system is known as a franchise model. A big part of this system is how money is shared. It is called a gross profit split. This means that 7-Eleven takes a large part of the money the store makes from sales, sometimes more than half. For example, it can be from 50% to 59%. The store owner gets the rest of the money. But from this money, the owner must pay for everything else. This includes paying workers, electricity bills, and buying new products for the store. Because of this, many store owners work very long hours. They often work 80 hours a week or even more. Sometimes they earn less than the minimum wage, even though they are business owners. It is a hard job because they must make sure the store is always open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Many owners find it hard to find enough workers. A survey in 2021 showed that almost all owners, 97%, had trouble finding staff. Because of this, nearly all of them, 96%, had to work extra shifts themselves. Almost half of the owners said they worked at least 10 overnight shifts in just 2 months. Working overnight is especially difficult. Only a small number of owners, 13%, said that keeping the store open all night was profitable. Jay Singh, who leads a group representing 7,400 7-Eleven store owners, said that the world has changed, but the rules for sharing money have not. This makes it hard for owners to pay their staff more, even when they need to. So, while 7-Eleven offers convenience to millions, the people who run the stores often face a very challenging situation. It shows that behind the bright lights of a convenience store, there can be a lot of hard work and little profit for the owners. 5. A big problem. Behind the bright lights of 7-Eleven stores, there was often a difficult truth. The company had many legal problems. These problems were about how 7-Eleven treated its store owners, called franchisees. Many owners worked very hard, but sometimes they had big arguments with the main company. One big problem was about successful stores. Some franchisees built very good businesses. They made a lot of money for their stores. But then, the main 7-Eleven company sometimes took these profitable stores away from their owners. They would end the franchisee's agreement. One important example was Karamjit Sodhi. He owned 6 successful 7-Eleven stores for over 25 years. But 7-Eleven ended his agreements without clear reasons. His lawyers said this was a plan. The company wanted to take good stores and sell them again for more money. This was called churning. A person who used to work for 7-Eleven, Kurt McCord, spoke about this. He was an investigator for the company. He said that 7-Eleven had a secret strategy. He told a court that the company tried to take stores from franchisees who were doing well. He said 7-Eleven used its power to do this. They did not give the owners fair money for their stores. McCord confirmed that Mr. Sodhi was a target of this strategy. These problems were not only in America. Franchisees in other countries also faced similar issues. In Australia, for example, many 7-Eleven store owners had legal cases against the company. They said 7-Eleven told them wrong things about how much money they could make. They also said the company hid some money agreements. This made it hard for the stores to make a profit. In Australia, 7-Eleven had to pay a lot of money, $98 million, to solve these legal problems in 2021. This happened after people found out that many store owners were paying their workers too little money. Owners did this to try and make some profit for themselves. The way the company worked put a lot of pressure on the people who ran the stores. Many franchisees worked very long hours and earned little money. The dream of owning a business could become a hard reality for them. This was a big problem for 7-Eleven and its store owners around the world. 6. A new idea in Japan. 7-Eleven first came to Japan in 1973. A Japanese supermarket company named Ito-Yokado brought the stores to the country. They signed a special agreement with the American company that owned 7-Eleven. This marked the beginning of a big change for the brand. The first Japanese 7-Eleven store opened its doors in Tokyo in May 1974. The new concept quickly became very popular with customers. Within just 2 years, there were already 100 stores operating across Japan. By 1980, the number of 7-Eleven locations had grown to 1,000. Japan's busy cities, with their dense populations and limited space for large shops, proved to be perfect places for these small, convenient stores. However, the Japanese company did not simply copy the American stores. They completely changed the whole idea of what a convenience store could be. In Japan, the primary focus shifted to offering high-quality fresh food. They aimed to provide meals and snacks that were as good as those found in a restaurant. For example, fresh bento lunchboxes, which are popular Japanese meals, were delivered to stores 3 times every day. This careful system ensured that customers always had fresh and delicious meals available. To keep things interesting and reduce waste, about 70% of the products sold in stores were changed each year. This made sure new items were always coming in and old products did not sit on shelves for long periods. The Japanese company also used advanced technology and smart data to make its stores even better. In 1978, they started an early computer system called Terminal 7. This system helped stores with ordering products more efficiently. By 1982, they introduced special point-of-sale systems at the cash registers. These computers recorded sales information instantly and in great detail. This data was incredibly valuable. It allowed each store to know exactly which products sold well and when. Stores could then choose the right items based on what local people liked, what the current weather was like, and what time of year it was. This precise and careful management of every single item was called Tanpin Kanri. This new, innovative way of thinking about convenience stores made 7-Eleven incredibly successful in Japan and set a new standard for the industry. 7. Japan helps America. The American 7-Eleven company faced very hard times. In the 1980s, it had serious money problems. The company tried a big business deal in 1987, but it failed. This left them with a lot of debt, or money they owed. They had to sell many parts of their business to try and pay these debts. But it was not enough. By 1990, the American 7-Eleven company, called Southland Corporation, was close to going bankrupt. At the same time, the Japanese 7-Eleven company was very successful. It had changed the way convenience stores worked, focusing on fresh food and using new technology. This Japanese company, named Ito-Yokado and 7-Eleven Japan, saw a chance to help. In 1991, they bought 70% of the struggling American company. They paid $430 million for it. This was a surprising event because the Japanese company was just a partner. Now the partner owned the main company. With the Japanese owners, the American 7-Eleven company found new strength. It got the money it needed to become stable again. They could now invest in technology that they had put off during their money troubles. More importantly, the new owners had a long-term plan. They focused on making the stores run better and better, not just on quick profits. This patient approach was key to its future success. Under Japanese ownership, 7-Eleven started to grow even more around the world. The successful Japanese model, with its focus on fresh products and smart operations, helped the brand expand. Today, the main company, 7&I Holdings, has about 85,000 stores in 20 different countries. Japan alone has over 21,600 stores, and these stores make most of the company's money. In 2023, the company even announced plans to change its name to 7-Eleven Corporation. This showed how important the convenience store business had become globally. The brand turned into a big success story across the world. 8. The future of 7-Eleven. The future of 7-Eleven is facing many new challenges. Today, People can shop online and get things delivered fast right to their doors. Big companies like Amazon now deliver groceries in many cities. Also, food delivery apps like Uber Eats and DoorDash work with big stores to bring items quickly to customers. This new way of shopping means that fewer people might visit a physical 7-Eleven store. This situation creates serious worries for the thousands of 7-Eleven store owners. Many of them came to America hoping for a better life. They often work extremely long hours, sometimes more than 80 hours a week, just to keep their stores open. Their profits are often very small. With more online competition, it becomes even harder for them to earn enough money. The company also faces pressure to be more responsible for the environment and society. Customers today want to buy from stores that use less plastic and help the planet. 7&I Holdings, the main company, has made promises. They want to cut carbon dioxide, CO2, by 50% by 2030. They also want to stop using so much single-use plastic. But for individual store owners, making these big changes costs a lot of money. It is difficult for them to pay for new eco-friendly products or changes when they are already struggling to make a profit. The story of 7-Eleven leads us to an important question. What is the true price of convenience? We all enjoy getting what we want easily, at any time, day or night. But this easy shopping often means that the store owners and workers behind the counter face very hard conditions and low pay. In Japan, 7-Eleven stores show a different model. They focus on fresh, high-quality food and offer many useful services like banking or paying bills. This helps them become important parts of their local communities. Can 7-Eleven stores in other places, like America, also become this kind of valuable community center? For 7-Eleven to keep growing and be successful in the future, it must find a way to be fair to everyone involved. This means being fair to its workers, its store owners, its customers, and the health of the planet. If offering convenience makes life harder for the people who provide it, then we must ask if it is truly a good kind of convenience. The company needs to decide if it will keep focusing on making quick money, or if it will build a stronger, long-lasting business that benefits all its parts. The orange, green, and red signs of 7-Eleven are seen all over the world, showing us a picture of modern life. But a big question remains. Can this global company find a way to be both very successful and truly good for everyone? What do you think 7-Eleven needs to do next to be successful and fair in the future?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.